Since hip-hop started, violence has been a staple in the image of successful mainstream artists, awarding these villains with cult followings, precious metals, along with an explosion of record sales. The violence soon transitioned from being just memorable lyrics to front-page homicide stories.
Members of Chicago's O-Block gang have been convicted in the 2020 murder of a rapper known as FBG Duck.
But what happens when one imitates this image down to the extravagant jewelry, luxurious cars, all the way to the Billboard charts?
You looking for me? You know where to find me?
Empowered by a group of real demons who didn't see his true character until he got in front of a grand jury.
D-A-N-I-E-L.
Sacrificing respect and loyalty for freedom and clout.
This is the complete opposite of jail because everybody here will be black.
This is the story of a bodega worker who got to call the shots.
Trippie Redd said the Gummo beat was supposed to be for him, but you stole it.
Stole that. I'ma catch you, and I'ma beat them.
Talking like a demon, acting like a demon.
Fuck you, I can't be stopped. Didn't I tell you?
Till it was his turn to show us he's won.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a fan, bro. Yo, I'm a fan.
And after failing, becoming relentless on rewriting the rules to a life he only faked.
At the end of the day, I know what Shotti do, so a nigga that I feel like was gonna shoot me, you know what I mean?
You were scared of Shotti, basically.
What I did, it wasn't snitching. What I did was being smart.
Becoming hip-hop's first demon cap.
I walk niggas down, nigga.
This is Tekashi 6ix9ine, Rap's Failed Demon.
You got cap in your raps. You got cap in your raps.
In the 90s, a comedy satire movie called CB4 was about suburban kids who would infiltrate the music industry by portraying real gangsters.
All my life, I wanted to be a rapper.
The film revolved around the character MC Gusto that profited from faking the image until he was placed in the shoes of a real gangster. Years later, hip-hop would get its real version of MC Gusto, but Mexican, hailing from Bushwick, Brooklyn, named Daniel Hernandez. Daniel grew up a regular kid with a bodega job where he began to work on rap metal music. Living in a tiny apartment with his mother and BM, Sara Molina, who would later on prove to be quite the thorn in his side. Other than making music, Danny spent his days working at a vegan bodega in Brooklyn, stocking kale chips, building street credit to hopefully one day work with Whole Foods.
Soon I'll be on fries, then the grill. A year or two, I make assistant manager.
And this is where fate introduces him to Righteous P. Rogers, CEO of an underground label called Hakiri Ultra, creating a persona called Scum Gang. Which stood for Society Can't Understand Me, which made him a star to a gothic-like group of misfits all the way out in Slovakia. He performed in clubs that looked like abandoned subway tunnels, surrounded by skaters and punks, screaming Scum Gang. As great as it was to be appreciated in Eastern Europe, it wouldn't be enough to create an American spark. Daniel will begin to put the pieces together that it would probably be better to be a demon drill rapper. Only problem is he had no plugs and no connections to that lifestyle at all. Not to mention, he never killed anyone.
I don't want to get too much into what 6ix9ine is, you know what I'm saying, right now. But just, I want people to really like understand, so I'm gonna let them know who I am first before they get to understand the 6ix9ine, you know what I'm saying?
He went from being a soft-spoken, anime-wearing underground kid in his No Jumper interview talking about being misunderstood, to the next minute, Gummo. He would send his friend, Sequel Billy, to recruit some actual gang members to complete his vision. That's when Daniel would be introduced to a group of villains that would change his life for good, the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods. The bond will begin with a test run where the Bloods would appear in this video Gummo as paid extras. It would pass the cap test for the internet, who had no idea what they were in for from the former bodega clerk. The idea worked.
You're on the radio with this one. I see, bitch, stop Brooklyn.
I see what's poppin'.
Scum Gang, what it is. Locust Street, Brooklyn.
Oh,
The song would rack up views online and land him number 12 on the Billboard chart, eventually selling 2 million copies, with first fake industry blood Lil Wayne remixing for his mixtape album Dedication 6.
Been sitting all around the goat, OMW, BMW, NEW.
All this with help from his friend Trippie Redd. There would be one super demon that wouldn't take long to buy into the vision of Danny's.
Gang, gang, gang. Day 6ix9ine. Yo, you said what's up with that Day 6ix9ine?
Okay.
Who would vow to do anything to protect 6ix9ine, his image, as well as his baby mama.
You are American, not Mexican. USA. USA. No Mexico.
Without Shotti, half of this story doesn't exist. He'd be responsible for everything from shooting at ops to eventually handling show payments. Danny would quickly put his blood gang contractors to work. If he was going to get respect as a demon, he would need someone to be made an example out of.
I'm saying, Trippie gonna do between 25 and 30,000.
That's his third album. That's his third album. That should be, his album should be up in the 200s, the 200Ks. His album should be up there.
And Trippie Redd will be the perfect selection, with him watching the Mexicans' transformation from a trap metal rapper to a demon of cap, that is.
You don't got nothing to say about my change? Can you say something about it? Because I know that's what people want to hear. I just want to talk.
This all while Trippie knew Danny was an SA offender the whole time.
I know. How many numbers you think gonna do? Be honest.
I don't know. You know, I got court situations. Can't be around press.
The two had more commonalities than differences. Both had weird cases.
Yeah, you see how karma work? Niggas went on the internet and said, yeah, I can't associate myself with pedophiles. But you go and fuck a 13-year-old 3 months after you made that video. You're a rapist. You're convicted of it. You have papers on it. Me, you talking about my situation, I was under the age 18. I'm a young. You are 23 now, bro.
Trippie would learn this isn't the same bodega worker he once helped get a record deal. This was something else.
Where you at?
Yeah, I'm in LA right now.
From stealing the beats made for Trippie.
Trippie Redd said the Gummo beat was supposed to be for him, but you stole it.
Stole that shit. That's what I do.
Then having the shit beat out of him.
You wanna know what bro did? Bro had niggas waiting for me at my hotel. Some 9 Trey niggas. As soon as I walk in the building, hit right in my mouth. Hey man, if it's the last thing I can do on earth.
I just want to let y'all know, be careful who you shit on, you know what I'm saying?
I'ma catch you, blood.
I got 3 top 100 Billboard hits, singles.
I'ma catch you.
Let's take a listen to this.
What am I hating on, bro? Everything I'm doing is better than you, bro. And I'ma beat the fuck out you, nigga.
More views than yours. I have more money than you.
This was only the beginning, pretty much waging a war on real drill rappers who shot and killed people, which would get him in the war with all of Chicago.
Yo, you don't gotta bring, you tough by yourself, right? You tough by yourself, right? Why didn't you pull that gun out when you shit on yourself?
With TREYWAY behind him, the results for 6ix9ine would not be typical for a gimmick. It would be a classic case of sheep in wolf's clothing, brazen enough to live stream himself putting a hit out on Chief Keef, which is diabolical.
You gonna be in your crib or you gonna be with Sosa Hotel or something? I got a 30 pack right now, bro. 30 pack.
Chief Keef, Lil Reese, all them niggas.
6ix9ine had mastered manipulating baby mamas and grabbing up sloppy seconds.
I still see the shadows in my room.
Spoiling the baby mamas of his ops as if it was their humiliation ritual.
I'm out here in New York, and guess what? They don't do for his kid.
You know, TREYWAY here, man. If you don't know how to take care of your girl, we're gonna take care of her for you.
Finally, being put on a 48-hour notice by real drillers.
What y'all gonna give me 48 hours? Yo, wait 2 months, yo. This thing gonna die? Where I'ma die? I bet y'all niggas pull up to New Jersey now, nigga.
We gonna come and blow New Jersey up. Bang, bang.
TREYWAY will respond with a warning shot in a busy hotel lobby,
Chicago rapper Chief Keef is doing fine tonight after being shot at in New York. The 22-year-old seen here in this file video was outside the W Hotel in Manhattan early this morning when a single bullet came at him.
Rap's new demons had arrived.
Oh, yo, blood, my bad. Congratulations on your baby, blood.
Oh, yeah, congratulations.
Appreciate it, gang.
Life, much more life, baby.
I gotta grab more guns. It's a girl. How mad would y'all be if I said I was the new king of Chicago?
Whole block right here?
I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. What the f is that?
We a block from O Block.
We a block from old block.
I was never in here. He was there.
You hear, folks? He was never here.
And it wouldn't just be Chicago they would clash with, but virtually almost every region of the industry, once clearing an entire section of the Barclays Center, acting up in the house Jay-Z built. And not stopping there.
I'm gonna continue not to check in, you know what I'm saying? It's something I don't do. I love everybody's city.
One of the most brazen artists to openly put LA check-in policies on blast would be that of Tekashi 6ix9ine.
You see, we in All-Star Weekend, man. LA, man, we here, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jimmy Boy.
Baby. Team done right. Shoulda went to.
This would be in the midst of warnings, pulling up with bricks of money in luxurious cars, also backed by TREYWAY gangsters.
By all means, homie, check in with the boy. I see you cancel one show. Smart move. But I'm waiting for you in LA. Pull up.
He wrote, D, sucking scary West Coast clout chasing rappers want to cancel shows. I'm still coming, no shows and all. I'm going to show you how gangsters move. LA, West Coast, I love you. Y'all just got ass N-words in y'all city. I can't even ban y'all from the East Coast because you don't even got a name or fan base to come out here.
The overzealous flexing would become bad for business, once placing Nicki Minaj and Kanye West in harm's way.
We got some crazy 6ix9ine news right now. Basically, what's been reported is shots fired at a Beverly Hills home where 6ix9ine and Kanye West and Nicki Minaj were going to be doing a music video.
But things would finally get out of control once and for all at one of the most unlikely places at the Los Angeles International Airport, showing how determined the region had become to get their hands on one of hip-hop's most hilarious trolls.
Fight right now. I'm rolling on you. Just chill.
Attention, shuttle passengers. We are in the process of building a world-class airport for Los Angeles.
I don't know who y'all must think I am. Well, let's see then. And that's when I went and put my jacket back up, and then I just was like, well, let's go then, since y'all, since this is what it is now. Because we love it.
On the surface, it would seem Hernandez was winning. A loyal baby mama, hit records, and a pack of wolves willing to bang out anywhere. It would be a match made in heaven until hell came calling, because Danny Hernandez's trial run of being a demon was coming to a close. But hold up, about 60% of y'all haven't even subscribed to my page, so go ahead and apply pressure to that subscribe button. And if you want to watch this video without the silencing and the bleeps and the censorship, unfiltered and raw, then subscribe to my Patreon, link in the description.
Yeah, it's just a trunk and a bunch.
Wisdom.
Third eye. Third eye chakras, Black Panthers, Wakanda.
Shit.
They say the energy you put out is the same energy you attract. And man, would this apply to Daniel Hernandez's life. When Gummo hit and the show started rolling in.
I don't think y'all know how hard it is to make fucking Billboard in the first place is.
Tekashi stopped being the little homie and started being the bank. And banks get robbed.
We 6 for fucking 6.
Yeah, 6 for what?
We 6 for
6 for what?
He was doing European shows for $100,000, but promoters was telling him they paid $300,000. So where did the extra $200,000 go? TREYWAY took it as administrative fees. The same wolves that Danny threw food to now looked at his name on the menu.
To come here, there was like I left his live to come to yours.
Shotti and 6ix9ine will become a toxic affair that would really boil down to the both being a part of a potentially deadly love triangle, with both allegedly taking turns on Danny's baby mama, Sara Molina. Yes, after 6ix9ine went to Shotti's phone like he was his side piece, he will find out Shotti's was Sarah's side piece.
Give me a phone. I put it on speaker so he can see that I'm calling, and I walk out the room. So when I go to the messages and I see all the messages.
From Sarah?
with Sarah. Like, yo, pick up. Yo, you done running?
Her actions would get her 2 puffy eyes that later 6ix9ine would admit to.
I had 2 black eyes, could barely open them. It was so bad.
All right, let me ask you, you're real. Did Kendrick beat his girl, his wife?
I heard of it.
How many times said you did something?
I did it. I did it.
As for Shotti, 6ix9ine would become mute, knowing damn well a real demon would have no problem handling a fake one.
At the end of the day, I know what Shotti do, so I did not confront him because I was like, damn, niggas going. I didn't have the braveness to confront. I feel like I was gonna shoot me, you know?
Making him a cuck instead of the demon he rapped about.
So you were scared of Shotti, basically.
At that moment, you know what I mean?
Besides, the wolves were even getting tired of Shotti hogging his spot of tapping pockets and Danny's baby mama, while they all got scraps.
Give me everything, nigga. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get in the car.
2
high-ranking 9 Trey members, Harv Ellison and Nuke Mack, boxed 6ix9ine in with their car, dragging him out, pistol whipping them, giving him a taste of all the action he used to just watch.
Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. All right, get in the car. Get in the car. We gonna shoot you.
Then they drove him around Brooklyn. Daniel will go back to being that innocent vegan worker.
So why ain't got your number?
Deflecting to save his life, and still ended up handing over $750,000 in cash and jewels.
He picks up a FaceTime call, and I see his eye bloody, and someone in a car was like, oh, you want us to take you back home? And he's like, no, don't take me back home.
Danny began to wonder where Shotti was during all this. He began suspecting his own manager, his brother, lined him up. Instead of fixing things privately, like normal criminals, Tekashi went on the Breakfast Club, looking like a Uno reverse card.
Why did you fire everybody, 6ix9ine?
And fired the entire gang on live radio.
And you canceled your whole tour?
Yeah, I canceled everything. Like, there's so much money out here to be stealing.
Meanwhile, TREYWAY was already plotting when and where to get rid of the guy.
I know nigga is wild crazy, bro. Why is this kid doing this, man? Why is this kid like, who's in this kid's head, scrap? Blood, the nigga gotta be on drugs. Homie, nigga said, TREYWAY, he said, TREYWAY bum ass niggas. Homie, we gotta meet up and talk.
So the race was on between TREYWAY and the feds, who were listening this entire time, all the way back to when Danny got Trippie beat up. 3 days after Tekashi fired the whole gang, the feds arrested Tekashi, Shotti, Harv, Nuke, and several other TREYWAY members. But here's the twist. The feds arrested 6ix9ine to get him to talk, not to punish him. In return, 6ix9ine would give the feds the final factor for a demon who would never get its tail.
DANIEL space H.
On January 23rd, 2019, he pled guilty and agreed to cooperate. By September, he was pointing people out in the courtroom with a testimony that could narrate most of the story.
We participated in a lot of, violent crimes, robberies, assaults.
During the investigation, the story took a dark turn when it was discovered that Jim, the capo of Cap, was recorded giving online consultations on how to handle Hernandez.
That's what he trying to do. He trying to live. He trying to separate himself.
That's cool, but now he gotta get violated.
Yeah, super violated.
You sure you think he gonna be going to the strip clubs and all that type of shit? Like, Shotti better get on his A game.
And about his kidnapping, it was Sara that gave up his address.
At trial, came out that Sara texted Chanel my address. Nobody knew where I lived at.
Shotti and TREYWAY members would get big numbers handed down, but Danny Hernandez would get barely a year. 6ix9ine's enemies would rejoice. The demon Cap, who spent years trolling them, would now be the laughing stock of the era. While Hernandez was locked, his ops would proceed to do the same thing he did to them, go after his baby mama, who allegedly already had her fair share of industry dick.
He cold. She belongs to the streets.
Shotti was of course upset.
I pity him, but like, oh, you ain't have to go that route. Like, you really ain't have to do this, man.
Even placing a hit on the rat in an interview by trying to speak in code.
Hey, you know what I mean? Tell a nigga I got 1.5 million. He told me he gonna knock me out. I got 1.5 million and my son will knock him out. Clean.
While Danny avoided one prison, there was another prison he would enter that wouldn't be as easy to shake.
Cool. 21 Savage don't like rats? Lil Baby don't like rats?
They're strict. They don't like rats.
So why they not saying something?
In April 2020, Danny Hernandez would get an early COVID release for having weak lungs.
Right? And then coronavirus came. I wrote my own motion. I got hospitalized like twice for like bronchitis.
He wouldn't waste time to attempt to pick up where he left off. But this time, things would be drastically different. Before he spoke like a demon, but now everyone knows he's really a rat.
This is $500,000. $500,000. Look at the diamonds in them teeth.
He hopped on Instagram Live and broke the record with 2 million views.
I broke the YouTube. I'm at 5 million views in 1 hour. Y'all can't even get 100,000 views.
Not surprisingly, he will finally become brave enough to tell Shotti exactly how he felt.
And you f***ing my baby mom.
After having his baby mama diddied.
While I'm out on tour making money for all of us, you back at home, sleep with my baby mom, then I get kidnapped, then you try to kill me?
For a second, it seemed like the old 6ix9ine was back, but the billboards would inform him those days are gone. Before dropping his Tattletales album, he would head back to O Block to disrespect the dead, bringing the feds with him this time.
Just landed in Chicago and all that. Yo, I got a huge announcement for y'all. I'm dropping the album September 4th, Tattletales the album.
Promoting an album he claimed would end the industry.
Let's pay respect to all the fallen soldiers.
Instead, the industry ended him. The Billboard charts would play a dirty game.
Oh, yeah! Didn't I tell you? Fuck you, I can't be stopped! Didn't I tell you? Y'all try to blackball me on radio. Apple Music, Spotify didn't give us no playlisting. I literally told y'all I'm gonna get the #1.
Trolling him with #1 and #3 hit singles, only to flop and sell 53,000 the first week. The demon, who would constantly talk about first week sales, finally would fall victim to his own theories. Instead of becoming a spokesperson against gang violence, he would become the advocate of snitch rights.
Listen, I snitched, I ratted. What I did wasn't snitching. What I did was being smart.
Questioning why just because one may be a snitch, should they become an outcast?
But who was I supposed to be loyal to? If you can't be loyal to me...
You look around a lot. You're looking around you a lot. And I'm just curious if you are concerned.
And when it didn't work, he would attempt to place the jacket on anyone he could, essentially forcing a confrontation between him and another artist who deserves a cap story of his own, Meek Mill. The two would have a capathon in a parking lot.
What y'all trying to get me up? Weirdo. What y'all weirdos want to get me locked up? You clown ass nigga.
What would proceed will be an epic case of decline, mentioning any real demon looking for attention, which would mostly fall on deaf ears.
You're with a rat every day. Your prison reform, your bail reform is with a rat. Desiree and Perez and Meek Mill walking out the courtroom. Desiree, Perez, and Jay-Z, right?
Still displaying a problem, attracting clout chasers, finding some maybe even worse than his baby mama. The cap demon didn't have the clout he once had, nor the real demons to do anything.
See, they gonna do that. They gonna troll. It's called clickbait.
Most would treat it as if talking to him is just talking to the feds.
If you a rat, I don't respect you. Straight up.
What are your thoughts on the whole snitch shit and what's going on with 6ix9ine?
I don't know, and I ain't trying to. You might put me in some shit. I ain't got time for it.
Nigga 6ix9ine, I don't know him. But he told them all type of people gang, and they people locked up and his people family members and shit.
Meanwhile, he will begin to descend to a regular, everyday alcoholic instead of the demon he once portrayed. But on one gloomy afternoon, there was one group of gentlemen that was ready to risk it all for clout, catching the cap of rats at LA Fitness in the sauna room.
Yo, what the fuck? That's how they supposed to treat you.
For Hernandez, around all those demons, you would expect some kind of punch thrown.
Go ahead. Take a picture.
But all we got was a tantrum.
Yo, niggas jump 6ix9ine, bro. Yo, homie, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a fan, bro. Yo, I'm a fan. I'm a fan, bro.
And do you plan to sue?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it, yeah. And mind you, listen to me. For the people that talk about, 6ix9ine, I'ma get my get back even if it give me life. Trust me.
The signs were there that he needed a new beginning, a refresh.
Dime, ¿tú lo que quieres un trago vodka?
He He would attempt to find this in Latin America, having to show respect to the locals by sitting on the OG's lap.
Mercedes. Con la más bonita del mundo.
Mercedes.
Mercedes. La madre mía. La madre mía, ya sabes. ¿Cómo te pago? Por lo que te mereces.
It was there he would construct one last plan to be a demon again. $1 million for any real drill artist to be featured on a collab with him.
Man, you can't pay me $1 million to do no song. Like, it don't work like that.
That ass nigga label called me. Somebody from his camp. Talking about they'll give me $3 million to keep trolling with this nigga, right? Dead. I hope y'all on here looking and listening. That dead, man. I never turn my back on the streets. Ever.
No one would bite, except Kodak Black, who would never turn down extra pocket change.
In a sense, I like the whole snitch shit or whatever type time. Like, man, bro, don't do that. That's what you want to do it.
Can you still be a street dude and do a song with 6ix9ine?
Hell no, I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should do that, you know, because you know it's a situation. So why would you, you know?
Like, them motherfuckers shit, they fought me because, like, bitch, I gave my answer and that was that.
Taking 6ix9ine's money while throwing a sub.
I think it's on an unreleased version, but he actually disses 6ix9ine in his own song.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
When he was like, I got a rat giving me cheese.
I got a rat giving me cheese, man.
But even that flopped. The song failed to chart, proving you can't buy relevance, but you can rent it for a weekend. Then, still stuck with the baby mom that'll clout chase him forever with rumors she's just another industry bop.
He came and threw $20,000 out of 5 years on a table that I put away into account for her, because he don't even have a college fund set up for my daughter. He spent more on his girlfriend in 1 year than what he has putting away for my daughter.
Wait, Sara Molina, she trying to f you too?
No, she want me to book her flight. Honestly, if a girl want me to book her flight, she wants a
Oh.
Life after Shotti will be quite different, with Danny getting knocked out by a random guy he called a bitch.
Why didn't you punch him, man? Man, I'm vibing in the club. I got bottles. I got everything. They walk in, his security elbowed me in my chest, telling me to get out the walkway. Okay? Then 6ix9ine put us on camera, talk about these niggas is we outside. I'm not going for that. Knock this out.
Down in the DR chasing Kitty.
Yalina se quiere bañar.
And whatever God knows what, Danny would once again have his name connected with an assault on a woman when he would find his DR fleeing Yalen buddied up with some producers. Having PTSD from Shotti, his entourage pistol whipped 2 producers. 6ix9ine tried to escape from his private jet like a villain from a low-budget Netflix movie. But like the fake villain he will be arrested right on the tarmac. Dominicans almost shut down the precinct he was taken to. Other than the court dates he had to attend to, this would utterly end his DR venture. But he'd have other problems to deal with. If you notice, upon release, 6ix9ine seemed to become richer than ever before, with no billboard showings, high-paid concerts, or features. So where was the money coming from?
You don't find that suspicious?
That's the question the IRS would have for Daniel when they raided his Florida home.
I have some.
We're getting street sniped?
For a date.
Oh my god. Are we okay? Are we gonna get robbed? Are you sure? Are we gonna get robbed?
They seized Lamborghini Urus, Bentley, and jewelry. This was the day the world realized 6ix9ine wasn't rich. He just borrowed expensive things and yelled loudly. The Mexican cap finally had enough. He would commit a parole violation for punching a stranger in the mall for calling him a rat.
I gotta fight it though, because a nigga called me a rat in the mall. We hopped him. So when we hopped him, like, I guess the nigga called the police. So after he called.
Following this incident will be a host of minor run-ins with the law that will get him involved in a sequence of in and out of jail periods.
So, like I said, I showed you registration.
You're saying you could drive on the wrong side of the road and pass cars because you're in your neighborhood?
More ironic is Danny's use of the N-word when he labels himself as white.
Got it! I walk niggas down, nigga!
It wouldn't make sense he would test positive for methamphetamine, letting himself go like a retired wrestler and not even 30.
Look, Sauce Gardner don't got me, nigga. I'm like that drunk unk at the barbecue. Yeah, all right.
But then he would follow the path of other rappers, post-rap career, becoming a content creator.
If your people didn't do you wrong, would you have snitched?
No.
Appearing with some of the most popular streamers, where it seems he's taken a page out of the Red Pill book, racial takes to go viral.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. This is the complete opposite of jail because everybody here will be black. I hate when black is like that. Think just because he's black, he acts like he's not speeding. You guys are both black. You got this.
He on his racist tour.
Maybe that's not the case. Maybe Daniel is really upset that a community that once sat on his every move is no longer interested. It's almost to the point where he forgot about his demon cap years.
Who Shiesty, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, these be like, man, fuck all that. They just took the fun away. They killed away the fun era of rap.
For the first time in a long time, Danny would have the world's attention with more sympathy than disrespect. As gunmen would storm his Lake Worth property with just his 60-year-old mother present. While he was streaming with Jack Doherty.
Like basically they thought I was on stream with you and was like, oh, he's not home, let's go.
Yeah, I know. That's probably when I realized what happened, yeah.
They get off with cash, car keys, jewelry, and a phone, all while the dog watched. Meanwhile, 6ix9ine was taking super chats. Sympathy would only last an instant when people would question if this robbery was even real, stating the dog behaved too cool to be around strangers. At the time of this recording, no suspects have been identified. The same week, exclusive interviews with creators from DJ Vlad to Aiden Ross would debut simultaneously. He would show he still has the will to do anything for clout.
What the f was that?
Interestingly enough, this is right before 6ix9ine would have his probation revoked and forced to serve 3 months in custody, which was light.
2 probation violations, 1 MDMA, cocaine, 2 he beat up a guy at a mall. Yeah, the guy was provoking him about being a rat, but he followed this guy to the 2nd floor. And then the fight, you could have left that fight. Yeah, you got provoked, but you could have left. You went up there, you continued the problems. And so I'm giving you 3 months. I'm giving you some more supervised release.
Pretty much giving hip-hop's Demon Cap another chance to rewrite his story. But for now, he will be known as rap's own Demon Cap. Thank you for watching. Please check out my Gang Cap story and top 5. Well, anyways, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approve, right? With that water. I'll see y'all here next time on Moxy Approve.